Okay guys, I'm back again. This time we're going to do an oil change on the Powermate PM0143250. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's running right on the side of my deck there. I don't even know if you can hear it really, because it's fairly quiet with the windows closed. Of course, since it's running outside of this window, I'm not going to have it open, but as you can see, you can hear probably just a little hum of it. It's definitely a lot quieter than a lawnmower would be. So it's been running for around 5 to 10 minutes so far, just to get things warmed up so that we can have a free-flowing oil change. So let's get started with that. Alright, so before we get started with the oil change, you're going to need to know a few things. Number one is the generator needs to be near empty or completely empty before you do an oil change. Reason being is that the generator is already 100 pounds, 107 pounds to be exact, and having fuel in it is going to add more weight. So you'll have less strain on your back and legs and arms if you have the generator empty or near empty, especially how I have it here propped up on 2 milk crates. Now what they suggest you do is just like adding the wheel kit when we first set up this generator, is just to have it propped up on 2 pieces of wood. It's lower to the ground that way, and if by some weird chance it happens to fall, you'll lessen your chance for injury. But because I'm doing a demonstration here, I just have it mounted a little bit higher. So the next thing you're going to need to do is run the generator for around 5 minutes. The purpose of that is to get the oil nice and warm so that it flows out of the oil reservoir into whatever oil holding reservoir you have easily and quickly. Now other things we're going to need are obviously oil. You can use regular 10W30 oil. Depending on temperature, you can use another type of oil, which will be shown on page 12 of your user manual. That will also give you the maintenance intervals that you need to do. This step, the oil change, the initial oil change is suggested at around 25 hours, and regular oil changes are suggested between 50 and 100 hours. But the reason I'm doing the oil change now with this unit only having around 12 and a half hours on it is just because I want to. You know, I can do that. That's always an option for you. It will lead to longer engine life to get those materials out. If there are any materials in there like metal shavings left behind during the manufacturing process, the sooner you get them out, the better. And I'm kind of really keen on maintenance now, since I kind of skimped on maintenance on some of my past products, and the results worked out sort of good and bad. I had some products survive, some that didn't survive, so I'm really keen on maintenance. So I'll be changing this again at 25 hours. So I'm changing it at 12, I'm changing it at 25 hours, but it is perfectly okay to go to full 25 hours and then do your initial oil change. So you're going to need oil. I have a synthetic blend here. You can use conventional, you can use fully synthetic, you can use a synthetic blend. Just pick whatever oil you want. You're also going to need the included oil funnel that comes with the generator. And it's pretty nice because they also included oil. That's the first oil that we put in the machine, and it gives us the exact measurement. So what I can do is I can take the old oil container and the new oil and pour the new oil into this container and have the exact measurement that I need. But it's pretty easy to fill up if you have thrown away the oil container. You pretty much fill it up until the oil runs out. You're also going to need, to get the oil plug off, a 10 millimeter socket wrench. Or, again, what Powermate did is they included this double-ended wrench, which has a 13 millimeter socket side for us to install the wheel kit components, and then this 10 millimeter socket side is to remove your bolt on your oil cover. We're also going to need a roll of paper towel to get up any spills, and your choice of oil reservoirs to catch the dirty oil. So let's get started here. Alright guys, so now I have everything set up. I have my oil catching reservoir here, which is a little bit different. I just have a 2-gallon bottle with a funnel connected to it. It's a clear bottle so that we can check the quality of the oil and see if we can catch any particles. But right here you see I have my 13mm socket on the actual oil plug. That's going to be right above and slightly to the left of the oil filler neck and check area. What we're going to do is we're going to leave that check area closed off, a little yellow area, so that our flow is less while we're unscrewing the screw and retrieving the screw. Then we're going to take it off so that the oil can flow out easier. So all we're going to do is connect up our 13mm socket. We're going to go counterclockwise or to the left here, and it's fairly easy to break. Didn't take much force at all. I'm just going to unscrew this. And we're going to try to catch the bolt, and don't worry if the bolt falls into the container because you can always retrieve it then, but we're going to get all the threads off, and then we're going to try to catch this bolt. Alright, so in my case it actually stayed right on the socket. So you see the oil is flowing slowly. I'm just going to take the filler area, take it off, and now you see that the flow is speeding up a little bit more. So we're going to let this drain out for a few minutes. We're going to put the bolt back in, the filler neck back in after, of course, we add the oil to it, and then we'll do a startup on it. Alright, so the oil is all drained out. Probably took around 2 or 3 minutes to fully do that. And all we're going to do is take our plug, thread it in correctly, because this is an aluminum block. You don't want to cross thread it. And we're going to hand tighten it first, and then we'll tighten it down with the wrench. So it's hand tightened now, and we're not going to apply too much pressure, again, because this is an aluminum block and you don't want to strip anything out. So get it snug, but don't over tighten it. And that's about all I'm going to do. Oil was actually kind of dirty there, as you see. Get it splashed around there so you can take a look at the color. And here's a look at the paper towel, because I did have a little bit of a spill showing the color of the oil. This is still good oil, and I didn't notice any real metal flakes or particles or anything in there, so that's a good sign. But like I said, I just wanted to change the oil myself. You personally can go the full 25 hours. So now we're going to add the oil, take our funnel, stick it in the hole here as good as we can. Get it kind of propped up there. There we go. Alright guys, so filling up the oil there, you see I made a little bit of a mess, and I actually ended up slightly overfilling it. Now, it's really easy. All you have to do is wait until it stops dripping out of the oil fill hole. For that, I just used my container here to catch the oil. And of course, this is why I suggested an entire roll of paper towel. I used plenty of paper towel to prevent any spills onto the garage floor here. And all we're going to do now is take it outside, start it up, let it run for a few minutes, check the oil again just to be safe, and then we're ready for our next usage. Alright guys, so the oil change is complete. As you can see, I have it running, and it's running with one of those bounce house blowers that's pulling 650 watts. That's a 5.5 amps. I'm going to let it run for the next little while here, set it off, put it in the garage. So as always guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.